Hello guys. So I'm going over this commenter or post about male characters in Wuthering Waves, but that's not why I'm going over this video. Why I'm going over this video is because the replies. It's so weird. Um. So okay, it's basically the commenter on YouTube right here is saying that like, oh, so female characters get better treatment than male characters, yada yada, and the person's like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's why this is happening, yada yada. I'm like, I mean, sure, you could argue that that could be a possibility, but I don't really care too much. So then this guy said, if I'm going to spend money on a fictional character, I am paying to get a character with a cock. Okay, to me, no, that shit is just funny to me. But I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, you fucking do you. But the replies he gets are insane. Mental illness, especially if you're a man. And I said, listen, like I'm okay to prefer them just like that's a crazy statement. It is to me. I think at least that's a crazy statement saying, especially if you're a man, that's mental illness. And going with the comments, it really seems like there's just some weird hate towards straight men in these comments. So I went deeper into the comments, and the replies, and this guy replied, and listen, this guy over here, he does not give a shit, and good on him, good on him. They said, he said, oh, I forgot that's a mental to be transgender, and then she said, nope, never said that, which sure, yeah. But then this person continues to double down and say, what's mental illness is being a man and having such an aversion of playing as male characters. Lesbians, gay man, and straight woman all have zero problems playing as the same sex. Which, okay, so it's just the straight men. They're the issue here. That's the problem. Yeah. And, I don't know, bro. Obviously, you don't need my glasses to see that's a fucking insane take. But people like this are still going to act this way. I don't know if it's because they don't go outside. They are just so caught up in social media, I guess. I don't know. But obviously, if you pull up some kind of like statistics or some shit like that, that wouldn't be true. That's already a silly ass take already. So I look at the replies over here and see more of this. You know. So he really doesn't care about these replies because, of course, who would actually, what normal person would care so much about these replies? But there was one more comment that I really wanted to look. Yeah, this one. The fact that you're willing to spend hundreds on a character with a vagina, but no one with a dick shows nothing more than extreme desperation to prove your sexuality to the point of mental illness. You should be equally willing for any character, regardless of genitals. Obviously, it wasn't just me who replied. It was, well, you know, yeah, preference. Okay? The fact that you guys are immediately resorting to calling people mentally ill and trying to force your own preference on him is quite It really is! It really is. It's called having a preference for a video game. I hate when people try to add moral justifications about the real world to a video game, to a fantasy. Alright? And this isn't really that big of a deal. It's just so silly to think about, to look at. And I don't know. It's just I wanted to cover it today because, like, dude, easy ass shit to cover. It's silly as fuck. And there are millions of people who are like this. That they think you don't have a choice for the games you play, for the things you want to do to just have fun. You know, you're busy, so you want to just relax for a bit. You know, and they're trying to just warp that with these weird moral justifications, saying you can't do that because you're somewhat of a bad person to have that preference you have for a video game. You know, I don't really know what to say other than get a fucking job. You know, like what else do you expect? It's really silly. Take a shower. You know? Get some natural organic soap on your body. Go outside. Read a book. It is somewhat frustrating for me because it's just how are you so blinded by your own words you don't understand that what you're saying is just ridiculous. It's fucking crazy. Um, yeah, it's just so I read these comments and I don't know if this okay. There probably is some weird hate towards straight men on Twitter, and most likely Blue Sky as well, because if I did have to talk about the male characters in Wuthering Waves and like wanting more characters, sure, I want more male characters in Wuthering Waves because that's what I like to play as. But I don't really see any like fight worth fighting for having more male characters in Wuthering Waves. You could argue that yes in Genshin, that what's his fucking name? I don't even remember. I haven't played Genshin in a long time. The commenter mentioned Nuvalet or something? Yeah, from Genshin. He sold well because the story was good, his power was crazy, but I think the difference between Wuthering Waves, the difference between Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact is that Wuthering Waves, their characters have a lot more detail. They do. I'm sorry. I mean, if you pull up a Wuthering Waves character right now with Genshin, the Genshin style, it looks good, but it's more simplistic compared to Wuthering Waves. And that could be a reason as to why female characters are more popular than male characters. Yeah. I mean, literally the characters in Genshin Impact all have similar styles to them and everything. Because of how, I don't know, because of how simplistic that Genshin anime style really is. I don't think that's such a ridiculous thing to say. It could be other things, but I think what I'm saying is arguably possible. But that's what I believe. And again, if a male character would succeed in Wuthering Waves, then the audience would speak for themselves, the numbers would speak for themselves, and maybe when they release that new male character, that black hair or whatever, he's like some kind of swordsman dude, he's coming out I don't know, in a while. If he does well, maybe Kuro Games would, take note of that, I guess. That's all I can really say. I don't really have... I can't predict, how characters will perform based off whether they're male or female. But all I know is that female is already more widely popular than male characters in Wuthering Waves, and that's just something that is true. I don't know. So yeah, that's about it for me. That's all I got to say. Man, it's just really fucking funny.